viewers, welcome to the channel Low Point once again, and this is Anisha Babu. When it comes to Muslims, there is no differentiation made in the law with regards to whether the deceased is a male or a female. But the important thing to note here is that there is no law passed by the Indian Parliament regarding the property inheritance among Muslims. Property inheritance after a Muslim passes away, irrespective of whether it is a male or a female, is governed by either of the two schools of the Muslim personal law, the Shia and the Sunni. Last session we covered different categories of legal heirs recognized under Muslim personal law. Today we will see the manner in which the assets of the deceased Muslim are distributed among the legal heirs. We have a Supreme Court of India's advocate on record, Mrs. Priscilla Elizabeth Joseph, to explain the same. So let's watch.
In the previous session, we saw legal heirs consist of sharers, residuaries and distant kindred. We also saw which relative fall in each of these categories. Today, we will see how the property gets distributed between the primary sharers. We have already seen the primary sharers include father of the deceased, mother of the deceased, spouse of the deceased, that may be wife or husband depending on who the deceased is, and children of the deceased including sons as well as daughters. The primary sharers get a fixed share from the estate of the deceased. Now, the share taken by each sharer will vary depending on the circumstances. One important rule to remember is that share of a male is double the share of a female. This is because female hopes to get in future an additional amount as meher, and as per society norms, she is dependent on the husband for her livelihood. Whereas the male counterparts not only get these benefits, but they are also primarily responsible for maintaining their wife and children. Now we will see distribution of shares among primary sharers using this chart. In the scenario wherein wife is no more and the husband and wife have no children, then the husband will get half, that is 50% of the property of the deceased wife. However, if there are children, then he will get 1/4, that is 25% of the property of the wife who has passed away without leaving behind a will. In the case of wife, if the husband is no more and the husband and wife have no children, then wife gets 1/4, that is 25% share in husband's property. If there are children, then wife gets 1/8 share, that is 12.5% share in husband's property. If the husband had more than one wife at the time of his death, as it is valid in Muslim law, then all of those wives will share the 1/4 share or 1/8 share, as the case may be, between them equally. The application of the principle share of a male is double the share of a female is very well seen here. When widow is getting 1/4 and 1/8 share, wherein widower is getting half and 1/4 in similar circumstances. Now we will look at the share distribution to mother of the deceased. If the deceased has no children, then mother of the deceased will get 1/3 share in deceased property. If deceased has children, then mother will get 1/6 share in deceased property. If the deceased has no children, then father inherits entire property as a residuary after giving the fixed share to spouse and mother of the deceased. This is because since father is alive, secondary sharers, as we have seen, grandparents, full blood siblings, consanguine siblings, uterine siblings, they will not inherit the property. And since there are no children, there is no question of any grandchildren. If deceased has children, then father will only get 1/6 share in the deceased property. Now let's see the share distribution between son and daughter. We will see 4 scenarios to better understand the share distribution. First scenario is where father, mother, wife and son of the deceased are alive and the shares are distributed between them. Here, whatever is left after distributing the fixed share to father, that is 1/6, mother 1/6, spouse 1/8, the remaining shares will go to the son. Now we need to see the son's share. To find the son's share, we need to have a common denominator. But in this case, we can see there are different denominators, 6, 6, 8. So let's first find out the common denominator in this case. For that, we need to take LCM. LCM is least common multiple. For that, we will take the denominators 6, 6, 8. All of these numbers can be divided by 2. Then it becomes 3, 3, 4. Thereafter, these numbers are divided by 3. Then it becomes 1, 1, 4. Now we will multiply 2 into 3 into 4, that is equal to 24. So that is the least common multiple in this denominators 6, 6, 8. Now we will convert this share distribution with 24 as the denominator. Now father's share is 4 by 24. Mother's share is 4 by 24. Wife's share is 3 by 24. When we add 4 plus 4 plus 3 divided by 24, it is equal to 11 by 24. Now, as we said, the remaining shares go to the son. So, in this case, 24 minus 11, that is 13 by 24 is son's share. Let's add all the shares. 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 13 by 24 is equal to 24 by 24, perfect 1. So, this is first scenario. Now, let's see the second scenario. In this case, father, mother, wife and a daughter of the deceased are alive. In this case, if there is only one daughter, daughter gets half share of the deceased. So, we will see the share distribution. Father will get 1/6, mother will get 1/6, wife will get 1/8 and daughter will get half. Here also there is no common denominator. So let's find out the LCM. In this case it's 6682 divided by 2, then it comes to 3341 divided by 3, then it comes to 114. So let's multiply 2 into 3 into 4, that's 24. So the common denominator here is 24. Now let's convert the shares with the common denominator. Father gets 4 by 24, mother gets 4 by 24, wife gets 3 by 24, daughter gets 12 by 24. When we add 4 plus 3 plus 12 by 24, it comes to 23 by 24. Now in this case, 1 by 24 is a residue which will go to the residuaries. Third scenario is father, mother, wife, one daughter and one son of the deceased are alive. Let's see the share distribution between them. Here, remember the principle, share of a male is double the share of a female. So here, daughter gets 1 share, son gets 2 shares. Now, let's see the share distribution. Father gets 1/6, mother gets 1/6, wife gets 1/8, daughter gets half share of the son. So here it is shown as x by 2. Son gets x. Now let's find out the daughter as well as son's share. In this case also we need to find a common denominator. So let's take the LCM. LCM in this case is 24. So let's convert the ratio with denominator as 24. Father gets 4 by 24, mother gets 4 by 24, wife gets 3 by 24. Now daughter gets 6x and son gets 12x. So let's calculate everything so that we get perfect 1. That is 4 plus 3 plus 6x plus 12x divided by 24 is equal to 1. So that is 11 plus 18x divided by 24 is equal to 1. Now let's multiply 24 on the left hand side as well as on the right hand side, so that we get 24 on the right hand side. 24 on the left hand side will get divided by the denominator 24. So then on the left hand side it will be 11 plus 18x is equal to 24. It will be 18x is equal to 24 minus 11. That is 18x is equal to 13. Now x is equal to 13 by 18. That is son's share. The daughter's share will be 13 divided by 18 into 2. That is 13 by 36. So the son's share is 13 by 18 and daughter's share is 13 by 36. After getting the share of son and daughter, now the denominators again became different. Now the denominators are 6, 6, 8, 36 and 18. So let's find out the LCM. LCM in this case is 72. Let's convert the shares with 72 as the denominator. Father's share becomes 12 by 72. Mother's share becomes 12 by 72. Wife's share becomes 9 by 72. Daughter's share becomes 26 by 72. Son's share becomes 52 by 72. Let's add 12 plus 12 plus 9 plus 26 plus 52 by 72 is equal to 111 divided by 72. This is not a perfect one. Here the situation is like the deceased had only 100 rupees to pass on to his legal heirs, but fixed sharers are eligible to get 150 rupees. To correct this scenario, there is a doctrine of owl or the doctrine of increase. Here, higher numerator is considered as the denominator and then recalculate the shares of the sharers. Here, numerator of the shares remains the same, but denominator will be 111. So let's see the shares. Father gets 12 by 111, mother gets 12 by 111, wife gets 9 by 111, daughter gets 26 by 111, son gets 52 by 111. Let's total it. 12 plus 12 plus 9 plus 26 plus 52 divided by 111 is equal to 111 divided by 111 is equal to perfect 1. Let's move on to the fourth scenario where father, mother, wife, 3 daughters and 1 son of the deceased are alive. In this case, 3 daughters together will get 2/3 share and son will get double the share of what each daughter gets. Share distribution will be father gets 1/6, mother gets 1/6, wife gets 1/8. 3 daughters together get 2/3. Now let's find out the share of 1 daughter, which will help us to find out the share of a son. To find out the share of 1 daughter, 2 by 3 divided by 3. So that is 2 divided by 3 into 3, that's equal to 2 by 9. So share of 1 daughter is 2 by 9. So by applying the principle, son will get double the share of 1 daughter. Son gets 2 by 9 into 2, that is 4 by 9. For totaling the same, we need a common denominator. So let's find out the LCM. LCM in this case is 72. So father gets 12 by 72, mother gets 12 by 72, wife gets 9 by 72, 1 daughter gets 16 by 72, 1 son gets 32 by 72. Now let's calculate it. 12 plus 12 plus 9 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 32 divided by 72 is equal to 1113 divided by 72. Here also it's not a perfect 1, but it is more than 1, that is 1.5. So to correct the same and to get a perfect 1, we need to apply the principle of owl. Here higher numerator is considered as the denominator and then recalculate the shares of the sharers. Father gets
12 by 113, mother gets 12 by 113, 5 gets 9 by 113, first daughter gets 16 by 113, second daughter gets 16 by 113, third daughter gets 16 by 113, son gets 32 by 113. Let's total it. 12 plus 12 plus 9 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 32 divided by 113 is equal to 113 divided by 113, that is a perfect one.
Next session we will deal with distribution of shares among secondary sharers, residuaries and distant kindred. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.